Pavement glistens where we didn't pause. Umbrella edges brushing, never touching. Gray clouds weigh heavy, whispering between us. Each step a quiet echo of something lost. I feel the hum of the city under my shoes, soft and steady, while we drift like strangers. Umbrella shadows moving side by side, parallel lines in a sky too wide. I catch the curve of your coat in the light, but it fades before I can hold it right. If longing had a shape, it'd be this thin, two bodies close, but nowhere to begin. Street lamps flicker on puddled streets. Your breath rises in rhythm I can't reach. I trace the space where our hands might meet, but the rain swallows everything we leave. Your gaze falls past me toward nothing at all, and I carry the hush like a shadow on my own. Umbrella shadows moving side by side, parallel lines in the sky too high. I trace the curve of your coat in the light, but it fades before I can hold it right. If longing had a shape, it'd be this thin, two bodies close, but nowhere to begin. Maybe love lives in the space we miss, in the quiet drift of rain between us. If I stop reaching, if I stop the chase, I can hear the shape of your absence. Umbrella shadows walking into gray, parallel hearts in my half-light sway. I feel your outline fading into the mist, and I let it go without a fight or a twist. If longing had a shape, it'd be this thin, two bodies close, but nowhere to begin. Clouds press low, restless above the stream. Your hand lingers on the door frame like it might return. I smell rain on asphalt, taste it on my tongue. The quiet between us stretching longer than our words. A flash of lightning sketches your shadow in my mind. Every flicker a reminder of the space we keep. Forecast for two, but only one sky breaks. Storm rolling in where silence stakes. I watch the rain trace the lines on my all the distance I can't erase. If longing had a weather map, it'd be gray, predicting us, but we drift anyway. Sidewalk puddles catch on mismatched shoes. I hear echoes of laughter that don't belong here. Your cold flutters like a flag I never waved. The wind carrying questions I don't ask. Street lamps hum over the hush of the world, soft as the way you left without a slur. For two, but only one sky breaks. Storm rolling in where silence stakes. I watch the rain trace the lines on my face. All the distance I can't erase. If longing had a weather map, it'd be gray, but we drift anyway. Maybe storms don't wait for permission. Maybe love sometimes falls into rain. If I lean into the hum of the clouds, I hear the echo of your name again. Forecast for two, and the sky knows the truth, where shadows move and apart in the booth of night. I trace the story in the curve of your accents. Let the rain fall soft, let the space be right. If longing had a weather map, it'd be gray, predicting it, but we drift anyway. The ceiling fan ticks like it's counting us up. Your phone's face down, the room holds its breath. Coffee goes cold on the edge of the couch. We're learning the weight of what isn't said yet. No one moves, not even the light. Stillness louder than any goodbye. If this moment breaks, it won't make a sound. No one moves, we just stay right now. Your jacket's folded, a map with no road. Keys in a bowl like they're waiting their turn. I trace the crack where the paint gave up hope. Every second asking what we won't learn. No one moves, not even the night. Walls leaning like they know the lines. If we fall apart, it won't be announced. No one moves, we just stay right now. I could say your name, but but it might tip the scale. Let the quiet finish where we begin. There's a mercy in pause and a truth in the fail, holding space with an open hand. No one moves, let the moment decide. Stillness speaks where the truth can hide. If love leaves here, it won't turn around. No one moves, we're listening now. Ooh, 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 The kettle sang once, then the room went still. Steam wrote our names on the window glass. Your cup went cold on the edge of the sill. Mine stayed full of the things I didn't ask. Silence stayed warm, like a borrowed coat. Hum on the backs of words we don't own. If I lean in close, I can hear it breathe. Silence stayed warm between you and me. The clock learned how to soften its hands. Every second a careful step. You traced a ring in the table's grain. I watched the dark where the light had slept. Silence stayed warm, didn't turn us away. Let us rest in the almost say. Your tea went cold, but the room held on. Silence stayed warm when the night went long. Like the nail at distance, giving a face, but it lives in the pause, not the sound. Some truths don't need a faster pace. They arrive when we slow it down. Silence stayed warm long after the steam. After all the maybes fell asleep. If this moment ends without a seam, silence stayed warm, and it carried me. at the corner store sign. Street light flickers like it's unsure. I checked the time, then checked my spine, learning how waiting feels in my bones. I waited at the corner, counting breaths. You walked the other way, like you meant it. No scene, no sound, just a shift in air. I waited at the corner, you weren't there. Bus door side, let the silence in. Footsteps braided past my name. Your shadow crossed the second hand, then chose a street that I couldn't take. I waited at the corner, hands in pockets, hope folded small so it wouldn't show. You walked the other way, eyes forward, like the world was telling you where to go. I could have called out, bent the night, made a moment, argue with fate, but some goodbyes don't need a voice. Be happy when we hesitate. I waited at the corner till the light turned kind, like the green, forgive the red. You walked the other way and I stayed behind, still learning what died silent inside. Sidewalks wore rust-colored skin. The year exhaled and slowed its pace. I kicked a thought down the avenue, watched it crumble where it laid. Autumn leaves fell, so did my hope, quiet as a sleeve slipping off. No crash, no sign, just weightless air. Autumn leaves fell, I stayed there. Windows fogged with almost an end. Your name stayed light on my tongue. I learned the sound of things that end, when they end without a drum. Not only fall, so did my hope. Each step softer than the last, bathed in a tired glow. I drew your eyes where the glass went gray. Watched them fade as the night went slow. Rain on the window, holding the room. I traced your face in the living proof. Every line slipped back into clear. Rain on the window, you were here. The heater hummed like it knew the tune. Time leaned soft on a door frame. Your mouth curved once, then disappeared. The glass erased what I couldn't say. Rain on the window, steady and thin. I traced your face, then the room moved in. My hands stayed warm, the world went far. Right on the window, that's where you were. If melody the surface to breathe, let it fog and unlearn its shape. Some loves last only as long as we leave. A mark the air can't keep. Right on the window, dawn coming through. I chased our face till the glass told truth. Nothing stayed but the exiled kind. Rain on the window, and I let it slide. The lamp flickered once like a second thought. Yellow halo thinning on the wall. Your face went quiet in the afterglow, and the room forgot us both. The lamp burned out, we didn't speak. Darkness drawing a careful line. I reached for you, but the space stayed wide. The lamp burned out, kept us apart. Footsteps learn the shape of doubt. Furniture held its breath. I counted seconds by the sound of you, standing somewhere I couldn't get. The lamp burned out, time slowed down, shadows settled where words should be. Nothing ended, nothing found. The lamp burned out between you and me. Maybe light is a fragile deal, a promise made of wire and thread. Morning held its breath on the stairwell rail, your steps still soft in the hall. I found your scarf on the back of a chair, smelling like winter and calls we missed. You left your scarf, I wore it to remember. Not the end, just how we were. Every thread a quieter day. You left your scarf, I stayed that way. The mirror learned a different me, wrapped in something not my own. I took the long way through the city blocks, let the code explain what I couldn't. You left your scarf, I wore it to remember. Kept it close when the air went thin. Didn't chase the heat we lost. You left your scarf, I let it in. Some things don't need a second chance, they just need a place to land. If love is learning borrowed hands, I'll give it back when I can. You left your scarf, the season turned, it faded slow like photographs. I took it off, but something stayed. You left your scarf, and I moved on. Morning came in a pale blue line, coffee cooling on the sink. Your side of the bed stayed smooth and wide, like it never learned my name. Morning came, you were already gone. No note, just the quiet hum. The day stepped in without a sound. Morning came, you weren't around. Keys were missing from the wooden bowl. Your shoes didn't face the door. The hallway kept your leaving close, then let it go across the floor. Morning came, you were already gone. Light took shapes I didn't want. I stood there letting time move on. fights you take, a different life. I stood there like I understood the plan. You spoke of the future, I nodded slow, like the agreement could make it true. Every yes was a quiet no. I knew my name wasn't going with you. The suitcase sighed when you sat on it, zippers learning how to close. You said we'll see, you said someday. I let those words pass through my bones. You spoke of the future, eyes alight. I kept still, kept it clean. I nodded along, held on tight, knowing where you were heading didn't mean me. There's a skill in standing politely aside, letting someone else's dream take shape. I loved you enough to not collide with the leaving you couldn't escape. You spoke of the future, bags by the door. I nodded once, then once again. Some truths don't need any more. I knew my name wouldn't be part of them. You said you needed time, not space, like it was something I could lend. The clock kept leaning on the wall, practicing how to end. You said you needed time, I stayed, counting days like they might bend. But time kept moving, kept its way. It didn't bring you back again. Seasons change their clothes for us. I wore the same old afternoons. Your silence lined a steady pace, a metronome I couldn't tune. You said you needed time, I stayed, let hope sit quiet. Time kept moving without you, like it was never mine to help. Maybe time's a old matador. It carries on, doesn't decide. Some waits on teach us how to walk outside. You say if you needed time, I see. What it gave was clarity. Time kept moving, I did too. It didn't bring you back, it moved me through. coat sways like a slow motion wave. Coffee steam rising, blending with the crowd. I trace your hands as they fidget with the strap. Every movement sharp, but I don't speak. The echo of your laugh catches on the tiles. It shouldn't hit me, but it lingers anyway. Across the platform, I watch you leave. A stranger wearing pieces I used to know. I hold my breath while the train hums low. Time slipping like the rails beneath your feet. If longing had a sound, it'd be this quiet. Just your shadow and the blur of lives. Tickets crumpled in your pocket, fingers tapping like they remember the song. I see the flicker of your eyes for a second, the one that always knew too much. I don't call your name, don't turn, don't move. Let the moment fold itself in half between us. Across the platform, I watch you leave. A stranger wearing pieces I used to know. I hold my breath while the train hums low. Time slipping like the rails beneath your feet. If longing had a sound, would be this quiet. Just your shadow in the blur of lights. Maybe never is a train really can catch. Just a platform full of almost could it be? I fold my hands in the warmth of my coat. Watch you fade behind the windows of glass. Across the platform, I let you go. A stranger wearing pieces I used to know. I exhale slow while the train hums low. The world keeps moving and I keep still. If longing has a sound, it's just this quiet. Across the light. Feet splash in puddles that mirror the sky. Your umbrella tilts, water rolling off the edge. I don't speak, the city hums around us, every step timed with the patter on the asphalt. Your coat is damp, sleeves heavy like memory. For a moment, I almost believe we didn't leave. We're crossing in the rain, silent apology. apologies between drops. I catch your glance, it doesn't reach your eyes, but it flickers where it shouldn't stop. If longing had a rhythm, it'd be this wet. This fleeting, unspoken step we take. Cars pass slow, wipers slicing the gray. Your voice a ghost, I don't call back. Hands tucked, fingers brushing the air we share. I feel the echo of what I used to know. Rain fills the spaces between heartbeats, like it wants to keep us there just a second more. We're crossing in the rain, silent apologies between drops. I catch your glance, it doesn't reach your eyes, but it flickers where it shouldn't stop. If longing had a rhythm, it'd be this wet. This fleeting, unspoken step we take. Maybe some meanings don't mean a word, they exist only for the ache they stir. If I let it stay, if I don't run, the rain holds what's left of what we were. Crossing in the lane, no promises, just the hush of the street. Your silhouette fades with every passing car, but I carry the pause, soft and complete. If only it has a sound, it's this quiet, stuck beside yours, just a moment in the lane. Boards creak under the weight of our silence. Salt water drifts up, cold against my shoes. Your coat smells faintly like the sea we walked past. I wanna speak, but the words sink too fast. Mist curls around the rail, soft and slow. Even the night seems hesitant to go. I say goodbye where the water meets the pier. Your tide pulling gentle reminders of you. No one to witness the quiet unravel here. Just the moon tracing the lines we once knew. If sorrow had a rhythm, it'd be this slow, me standing still, letting you go. Fingers linger on the edge of your sleeve. My reflection blurs in the darkened tide. I memorize the way your silhouette leans keeps our secret just in fragments. I say goodbye where the water meets the pier, the tide pulling gentle, my mind birds of you. No one to witness the quiet and level here, just the moon tracing the lives we once knew. If sorrow had a rhythm, it'd be this slow, me standing still, letting you go. Maybe parting isn't losing it all. Maybe it's learning to breathe before. If I fold my hands and stop, it stays. I feel you leaving as it's some grace. I say goodbye where the water meets the pier, the tide came whispers I can't hold. Your shadow drifts as the night disappears, that I trace the curve of salt and cold. If sorrow had a rhythm, it'd be this slow, just feeling the tide, letting you go. City hums low beneath the soles of my shoes. Rooftop edges blur with the night. Fireworks split the sky like scattered glass, brief sparks that vanish before I can name them. Streetlights hum a threadbare lullaby, and I let my eyelids fall where they may. I'm above the noise, drifting slow, fireworks cracking, and I let it go. The world spins below in flickering rows. I hold nothing, but I feel it all. Humming streetlights keep me tethered near, soft as the echoes of the ones I hold dear. Wind carries laughter from far off balconies. I catch a spark in the curl of my sleeve. The city breathes, unaware of me, sleep sliding in like a quiet reprieve. My heart does a race, it only sways, rocks by the glow of transient days. I'm above the noise, drifting slow, fireworks cracking, and I let it go. The world spins below in flickering rows. I hold nothing, but I feel it all. Haunting sidewalks and fragile silver lines. Your footsteps echo where I won't follow. I kneel at a puddle, tracing our reflections, small fragments of a story we left untold. Street lamps shiver on wet asphalt, like they remember what we can't hold anymore. Puddles we left behind, glinting faint and cold, tiny mirrors of a past we can't unfold. Every drop of memory, small but defined, each one a shadow of the love we resigned. If longing had a shape, they'd be this water, holding echoes of us in a moment's flutter. Windows fog with the warmth we used to share. Your coat drips past, barely brushing my eye. I step over the reflections we almost touched, watching them ripple, vanish in light. The city hums low, indifferent to our pause, but I carry the hush of what it caused. Bottles we left behind, glinting faint and cold, tiny mirrors of the past we can't unfold. Every drop of memory, small but defined, each one a shadow of the love we resigned. If longing had a stay, it did its water, holding echoes of us in a moment's flutter. Maybe some reflections are meant to last, just reminders of the past we crossed too fast. If I lean into the hush of the rain, I hear your voice in the space that remains. Petals we left behind, catching all we lost, silent witnesses to the cost of us. Every drop of whisper fading into night, holding tiny fragments of what felt right. If longing had a shape, it'd be this water, holding echoes of us in a moment's flutter. The clock hands hesitate above the window pane. Shadows blend over the corners we left untouched. I feel the weight of all the words we almost spoke, their edges soft in the half-light of the room. Your coat hangs where the door used to swing, and the silence hums like something waiting to begin. The gray interval caught between then and now, a fleeting hush the world won't allow. I trace the lines where your presence fades and muted tones that memory made. If longing had a color, it'd be this shade. A soft gray pause, tender and frayed. Windows fog with the breath of days gone by. I hear footsteps that never reach the floor. The street outside hums a tune we used to know, but the notes dissolve before I can hold them. I fold my hands, let the quiet linger, counting the spaces where we almost touched. We pray intergo, caught between then and now, fitting hush the world won't allow. I chase the lines where your presence fades, and muted tones our memory made. If longing had a color, it'd be this shade. A soft gray coarse, tender and frayed. Maybe some moments are only meant to breathe, not to last, not to carry weight. If I lean into the hush of this grave, I hear your echo in the softest place. The gray interval lingering like a sigh, a tender space where nothing can deny. I fold the stillness into the pulse of the night, letting memory and inevitability unite. If longing had a curve, it'd be this shade. A soft gray coarse, tender and frayed. Your voice lingers like mist on empty streets. Words we saved for later slip through my fingers. Street lamps hum over puddles that never swell, and I trace the shape of promises untold. Hands in pockets, hearts in holding. We wait for storms that never come. Rain takes on the love we deferred, tickets to a storm that never occurred. I hold the space where we almost fell, counting the minutes in a quiet spell. If longing had a rhythm, it'd be this hush, but waiting room of whispers, soft but urgent. Windows fog with the heat of our hesitation. I see a shadow bend past the corners. Steps echo like the pulse of things unsaid. And the night folds over the words we had postponed. Every glance a rehearsal, every pause a prayer, holding out for a rain that never dared. Paychecks on the love we deferred, tickets to a storm that never occurred. I hold the space where we almost fell, counting the minutes in a quiet spell. If longing had a rhythm, it'd be this hush, a waiting room of whispers, soft but urgent. Maybe some storms are never meant to break, just ripple through the silence we made. If I lean into the hush, I hear you there, a promise lingering in the midnight air. Rainchecks on the love we deferred, tickets to a storm that never occurred. I fold my hands and let the night beside the quiet ache of waiting I carry inside. If longing had a rhythm, it'd be this hush, a waiting room of whispers, soft but urgent. Rooms hold your shadow in the quiet corners, the air thick with words we never spoke. Windows rattle with the hum of the night, but your absence is louder than any storm. I trace the silence like a fragile thread, holding on to echoes that won't let me go. Silent thunder roaring in the space you left, every pause a reminder, every breath a theft. I hear your name in the hush of the walls, feel the weight of what you're leaving calls. If longing had a sound, it'd be this hush, a storm without lightning, soft but crushing. Street lamps flicker through the fog glass, casting lines where we used to meet. I step over puddles, reflecting your ghost, each ripple carrying the words we lost. The city hums, but it doesn't reach me. Your silence louder than everything it speaks. Silent thunder roaring in the space you left, every pause a reminder, every breath a theft. I hear your name in the hush of the walls, feel the weight of what you're leaving clouds. If longing had a sound, it'd be this hush, a storm without lightning, soft but crushing. Maybe grief isn't in the shout or cry, but in the quiet when nothing replies. If I lean into the emptiness Streetlights glint on wet pavement, soft and slow. Your footsteps echo in the hush I can't follow. The drizzle bent the edges of familiar signs, turning the street into a quiet confession. I clutch the warmth of my coat a little tighter, feeling the weight of what we left untold. Drizzle on Elm Street, tracing lines we can't cross. Every drop a whisper of what we lost. The night leans close and I hold my breath, counting the seconds of where we never said. If longing had a sound, it'd be this rain falling slow, soft, leaving its stain. Windows flicker with lives we can't enter. I see your silhouette framed in their glow. The air smells faint, beer, wet asphalt is heater. Tiny reminders of the words we postponed. I walk the gas between where we almost met, measuring the space of our finished duet. Drizzle on Main Street, tracing lines we can't cross. Every drop a whisper of what we lost. The night leans close and I hold my breath, caught in the seconds of what we never said. If longing had a sound, you'd be this rain falling so soft, leaving its stain. Maybe some moments are meant to speak, just to fall into the hush of the night. If I lean into the rhythm of the rain, I hear it glowing a quiet bite. Drizzle on Elm Street, every corner holds your trace, the faded one from the chill of this place. The night stretches long, but I keep walking slow, letting the rain say what I can't show. If longing had a sound, it'd be this rain falling soft, endless, calling your name again. Gray just over the quiet streets, your shadow flickers where I can't reach. Pavement hums under the weight of our pause. Every step space between. Clouds between us, gathering slow, a storm in our sirens starting to show. I feel the pull of the distance you made, heavy like water about to cascade. If longing had a shape, it'd be the sky, dense and quiet, ready to cry. Wind twists your coat as you turn away. I trace the outline of what I can't hold. Rain threatens on the edge of the street, mirroring the pause that lingers in us. I fold my hands, breathe in the hush, counting the seconds that slip past too fast. Clouds between us, gathering slow, the storm in our silence starting to show. I feel the pull of the distance you made, heavy like water about to cascade. If longing had a shape, it'd be the sky, dense and quiet, ready to cry. Maybe the storm doesn't need a word, just the space where everything's unheard. If I lean into the hush of the clouds, I hear the echo of you in the crowd. Clouds between us, pressing down, but I let the sky hold where we couldn't say. The storm moves slow, and I stand my ground, burning to breathe in the gray. If longing had a shape, it'd be the sky, dense and quiet, ready to cry. Fog drifts low along the empty streets. Your shadow stretches past where I stand. I clutch the chill of the evening air, hoping it bends long enough to hold us here. Windows hum with the city's quiet, like it knows the space we can't rewrite. Waiting for weather to slow its hand, hoping the world would let us stay. The sky moves on, the clouds command, and I fold my hands while it drifts away. If longing had a pause, it'd be this night, holding on softly to what isn't mine. Street lamps flicker over puddled stone, your coat sways, tethered to the wind. I traced the line where our paths could meet, but the night pulls back like it always will. Breath mixes with the scent of wet asphalt, small reminders of what we almost held, waiting for weather to slow its hand, hoping the world would let us stay. The sky moves on, the clouds command, and I fold my hands while it drifts away. If the longing had a pause, it'd be this night, holding on softly to what isn't mine. Maybe some moments are meant to wait, not to hold, not to bend, just exist. If I lean into the hush of the street, I hear you in the space that my leaves behind, waiting for weather to slow its hand. The clouds move on, we're pulled apart. I breathe with the pause at the silence stand, and carry the weight of the almost in my heart. If longing had a pause, it'd be this guide, holding on safely, letting go without a fight. Rain throws the sidewalk like a quiet stream. Your coat brushing past me, barely a gleam. I hear the hum of puddles at my shoes, each one holding a word we never chose. Street lamps flicker like hesitant eyes, watching the weight of our silent goodbyes. Raindrop confessions falling soft and slow, telling the truth we never let show. Each whisper lands small but real, echoing things we never could reveal. If longing had a sound, it'd be this rain, tapping the rhythm of love and its strain. Wind twists the hem of your jacket tight, I catch a scent of something we left behind. Steps stagger with the pull of the night, but the rain keeps repeating the lines. I fold my hands, let the silence speak, while the sea hums low and the pavement leaks. Raindrop confessions falling soft and slow, telling the truth we never let show. Each whisper lands small but real, falling soft.